gonna drink some. Oh, okay.
All right, guys, let's make it happen. Oh, wait. Okay, hold on. All right. Well, what are we doing here? All right. My name is Ruben Austria. It's Freedom Friday with Filipinos in Live. Thank you so much for being here. Um, I'm with Local Business Lifeline, and I'm here with my co-hosts today.
Nikki, Loquez. Hi, guys. A little bit slow response, but I'm here. I am the owner of ISA Health Solutions. We are a staffing agency with multiple service lines. I'm glad to be here. Thank you, Ruben, for the invite again.
Perfect. We got who else we got here?
What's up? What's going on, everyone? My name is Daryl Dean Santos, aka Daryl My Insurance Guy. Hey, we're here. I practice insurance out here in California, the owner and operator of the Daryl Santos Insurance Agency. So again, insurance is always a product that everyone's talking about. Premiums are going up. What's the most important thing is going to be that customer service and letting people know what it is that you're buying. It's very easy to just buy a policy and not know what
Let's make it
is.
happen. Yeah,
So
you'll
let's
have
keep
plenty
it
of time.
going.
You'll have plenty of time, Daryl. So let's just make it happen. Let's make it happen.
Living there and working there for 10 years.
All right. Well, hey, this is amazing. Thank you guys for being here, Nikki, Daryl. Really appreciate you. So this is Freedom Friday Live. This is a show for all people who are entrepreneurs, want to be entrepreneurs. We're here. We're going to be here to educate, inspire, empower you to do just that. And the way we're going to do it is we're going to, I'm doing it with my fellow entrepreneurs here, Nikki and Daryl. They're going to have an opportunity to introduce themselves and what they do. But really, I want to kind of give you the why we're here and what we're doing, so you kind of understand what the deal is. So I became an entrepreneur simply because I saw my dad do it. He's an immigrant, came here. We came here in 1982. He was an engineer in the Philippines, highly touted as an engineer, came to the US, couldn't get a job. Right? So what did he have to do? He had to become an entrepreneur, started a grocery store in North Quincy, Massachusetts. And that experience really just led me to be who I am today. And I'm really just trying to pay it forward by doing the same for anyone here watching, but also for my son, who's part of the production team, working to create this magic, the magic that you see here today. So what is Filipinos In? Filipinos In is really just a method and movement to promote entrepreneurship for Filipino Americans. I mentioned my dad. When he was starting his business, yes, there were networking events. Yes, there was ways to get in touch with people, but it's not like today. It's completely different, right? And I honestly think with technology the way it is today, it might be even harder to connect and do business than it was, a long time ago, because there was only one way to do it a long time ago. You meet people in person. Now you have to, put yourself out in so many different channels. You have to create content. You have to be a producer. You have to be a personality. And really that's, what we're all, working to do here for you. What we're creating here is something called live community networking. This is a networking and business development concept that I created with my own bootstrapped production company called Humanity. And really what we're doing is to help serve the community. One, help connect these entrepreneurs together, and three, help us by being in front of you. So it's just simply practice the talking. And I brought my friend Daryl here, a fellow business owner. We used to be in the same line of business. He's actually a distinguished Toastmaster in Toastmasters, so he's gonna have no problem. Daryl, you ready for your first Filipinos in Friday Freedom Friday show?
Yeah, Ruben, definitely excited. I appreciate you thinking of me and allowing me to jump on this platform to add some value to you and your community.
Yeah, man, let's do it. And Nikki, Nikki was a host in a prior show. Now she's, co-hosting with us. Nikki, you were talking about how you're shy and all that, and I don't believe it, but still,
I fell in love with your program here. I love it.
Yeah,
It's a great thing.
Yeah, no, it's perfect, and I'm glad, and I hope it serves you, because all we're really doing, guys, it's creating content. We're just putting ourselves out there, like every business owner has to do,
Right.
in order to survive. You just really have to put yourself out there. And what's great about live video, everybody, is that no one expects it to be perfect. We even we messed up today, but you know what? We're still here. You know what? People will see this. This will live on forever, and it's going to be awesome. So the basis of what Filipinos in is we have people like ourselves to host the show and produce the show, and we have people who are featured guests, and and for the purpose of really just networking and sharing each other's insights, perspectives, stories. It builds this community that I think, Nikki, and ask you, that I think is actually being created in Massachusetts. Would you say? You feel like this little community that you never had is being created?
I believe
What do you,
so. I mean, we are not as big of the Filipino community in Boston is not as big as California, but yes, this is really, mobilizing Filipinos here. So yes, it's even attracting me to different people I've never met before who even knew I didn't even know lived in the state. So
yeah,
it's
yeah.
quite an experience.
Who knew? Who knew? All right. Well, we're gonna make it happen. And honestly, as a part of being a co-host here on the show, Nikki, I'm gonna give you an opportunity to promote you and your company. So, Nikki, please take it away and unmute yourself if you can.
So my name is Nikki. I am the owner of HISA Health Solutions. We are a staffing agency. We're working on becoming an accredited DNA. I do have remote workers in the Philippines who are excellent, who has been helping me in every single way with credentialing, marketing, all my virtual IT work they do for me. So this whole business experience has been a wonderful success for me. It's also bringing out the best in me. It's making me extremely confident, and the go-getter is coming out of me. And I really appreciate the Filipino community for giving me this opportunity of exposing myself and marketing myself, and really kind of opening their doors for me and helping me succeed in this process that I'm going through. So it's an experience. I would not go back. I love the forward motion here, making great friends, meeting a ton of new people. I'm recognizing that the world is really a bigger place. There is so much to do, so much to learn, so much opportunities out there. And I encourage everybody else to seek their dreams too. If this is the direction, if you have dreams and you would like to achieve them, do it the right way. Don't be afraid to do it. It's part of growth. It's part of improvements. You just got to take on, success that way. But Isa, we are here to help you. We're here to help you with staffing, PT, OT, nursing, billing, prior auth, whatever it is that you need, we can pretty much help you with. And my team we have quality assurance, and we make sure that our clients are happy with us at the end of the day. I'd like to be an honest and well-rounded company. So, you're welcome to give us a call. We can help you out if you need it. So
Awesome. Well, thank you for being here, Nikki. I know it's super busy, just being in business and finding the time, but you're here to contribute, so I really appreciate you. Thank you so much for that. Daryl, want to give you the opportunity, please.
Wonderful. Thank you, Ruben. Yes, my name is Daryl Dean Santos, aka Daryl My Insurance Guy. That's my Instagram handle. Yeah, the owner and operator of the Daryl Santos Insurance Agency. Been in the industry for 12 years now, and been an agency owner for 5 years. Just hit my fifth year, June 1st of this year. So hit that 5 year mark. Again, for us, we are a full gambit of doing your insurance products, being able to take care of your home, auto, life insurance, your business, and not just sell you a policy, but to help make sure you understand and educate you on what a good policy is that fits your specific needs. It's very easy to just get information and put it into the system and say, hey, here are your options. But what's more important is making sure you have the right coverages, so you have the peace of mind when you're on the road, or if you are again just away from your home in general. Again, price is always important, but what's most important when you do file a claim, it's most likely going to be your coverages. And so that's why it's always good to have someone on the insurance side in your back pocket to make sure that you have the right coverages that fits your need. So, but yeah, in terms of this business has provided me the freedoms of really building awesome relationships. Again, being able to meet Ruben in the same industry, and then being able to provide resources to other businesses to build those relationships, to then help connect the dots and bring those resources together to make my own community that much better. Again, the grass is going to be greener where you water it. And being a transplant to where I live, this business, being an entrepreneur, has provided me that opportunity, that freedom to invest into my community and the businesses and families that I talk to. So it's very exciting stuff.
Yeah, so awesome, Daryl. Yeah, thank you so much, man. I know how hectic the insurance business is, and I know how much customer service. Your phone's probably ringing right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so no, I appreciate you fitting it in, man, however you can. So really, really, really appreciate it. So I'm gonna just quickly take some time to introduce myself. My name is Ruben Austria. I do several things, but one of them is own my own business called Lifeline, short for Small Business Lifeline. I'm on a mission to create ways for local businesses to strive and succeed, starting with this concept of live community networking that I've already mentioned. The reason why I believe live community networking is so important is because, coming up in business since 2005, when I started, business development and growing is something that I've always looked to do. And these three organizations really did it for me, really stuck for me. Rotary International is a way to provide for your community and think community first. BNI was a way for me to really be able to learn how to connect with fellow business owners and network and share referrals and just give before you get. And Toastmasters was really a way for me to train myself as a business professional to speak, because even before I got into business for myself, I just knew I was a shy guy. I just needed to know. I needed to communicate. I just didn't know how to train myself to get up and do that. So what live community networking is really is all those three things. And I think we're doing a good job so far. We just had to keep it going. And that's what we're up to. So, but we are going to get started and feature guests that are in the Filipino community, are doing amazing things, and I can't wait to really just dig in. So, Nikki, you've been part of these shows, for the past couple of months. In terms of you being featured and now really just being part of the team, promoting and interviewing these guests, what's kind of stuck out for you as something that you've learned from the other entrepreneurs?
You know what? Your perseverance is really motivating for me. I mean, you Ruben, Antoinette, your willingness to strive forward, whether it's hard or not. I think whether there's a success tomorrow or next day, it really pushes me to keep going forward myself, because if they can do it, I can do it too. Idea, you know what I mean? So it's a great motivation to be part of this community. And I think going through the struggles of being a business owner, you got to take losses and you got to take gains, and some of those losses are personal, some of those losses are professional, some of those losses are equity or business related. Going through the road with some other people who understand and recognize that makes a difference for business owners in totality.
100%. Yeah, no, thank you for that. And Daryl, I know that you haven't had the privilege of being featured. Maybe we can absolutely schedule you, but
Sure.
what are some things that you hope to learn by meeting these new guests and talking to other entrepreneurs? What do you think?
Yeah, I think as we continue talking to more business owners, it's seeing them having the will to persevere through the tough times, and just seeing how their mentality is. For me, I always find out what is the edge that entrepreneur has mentally to help push them, because we deal, like in sales, right? We deal with no's a lot more than we deal with yeses. So you have to be a different type of person to keep pushing through those no's in order to have a successful business.
You got to be a different type of person. You got to be a crazy person. But it is
Right.
same thing. Same thing. It's all good.
Mhm.
It is what it is. So,
Yeah.
I want to just mention Antoinette again, guys. This is live. So if you have any comments that you want to make, questions that you have, our amazing host and personality in Filipinos in Antoinette Carbuena is watching. She says, "Let's make it happen." I agree. We will definitely make it happen. So we'll pull up those live questions and comments as we go on. But you know what? Until then, let's just make it happen. Let's feature our guest for the week. Okay. So first up on the docket, her name is Irene Coleman. She owns a business called Sumo Japanese Steakhouse. So Irene, please introduce yourself and your business and why you're in the business. Why do you get in the business?
Hi everyone, my name is Irene Coleman. I own Sumo Japanese Steakhouse here in Holyoke, Massachusetts. We're located here in Holyoke Mall. Um, Honestly, I'm just new in the area. I'm just new as an owner as well, but this gives me the freedom to show that in this line of business, Filipinos can excel on managing and promoting more building up a teamwork over here, the work ethics. We're really top, being on top notch and everything on that. So this is for me to like show showcase what we can do as Filipinos.
Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah, no,
And
that's
as you can
amazing.
see, yeah.
The pictures are making me hungry, Irene. Um,
Yes, yeah.
if only we could smell and taste the food over virtual video, that would make my day.
You are all welcome to come over here when you guys have time, and then I can show you how we really do the teppanyaki experience here. So basically, with in here in sumo, we have a sushi and then the hibachi. So with the hibachi side, that's when the chef cooks in front of you. So everything is just fresh, and then the conversation and the show that the chefs do for
I
you.
love that. I love that. Yeah, yeah. That's awesome. That's awesome. You said, Irene, that you're new to Massachusetts, correct? You're a
Yes.
transplant.
Yes, we just moved here last March. Um, Originally, I'm from Columbus, Georgia. I've worked there for 9 years, and then when my partner decided to offer me to partner up with him over here in Massachusetts, then I said, yeah, why not? Like, let's move on another level. Yeah, I'm very grateful that they give me that opportunity to, lead and manage over here. Because, like I said, it's really fulfilling for me because I thought, I can only be on, being just on server or just, on the managing part. But they saw the leadership that I gave on way back on Columbus. So they said, oh, I could put that over here and lead the team in the, to progress more.
Yeah, yeah. Talk about persistence and perseverance and personal growth. I mean that you seem to exemplify that, and now you're in this this business. Were you part of the business prior to moving here to Massachusetts, or really just the ownership happened when you
Just
moved there?
yeah. So when I was in Columbus, I started as a server, bartender, and then manager. And then as years goes by, they said that they saw the potential in me, and then I was able to have the promotion that was given to me, like you said, partner us with us. It actually was just like a day, like 2 days offer for me to move over here. And then as I said yes, I have to move all my stuff and move here in Massachusetts.
Mm, mm,
So it was like a quick change, and I said, oh, why not? I'll grab it.
exactly. Yeah, like you get opportunity, you got to take it, right?
Yes.
Or when it knocks, you
There's
gotta
a leap of faith that I know I could do it, so I said I will.
perfect, perfect. Yeah, no, that's exactly why we're here today, is because people don't realize, people are are sitting watching this right now, or watching the recording, thinking to themselves like, oh, I could never get to I can never do this, I can never do that, and the reason why we put out and encourage people to share their stories is because you never know who it's going to strike a chord with. You know what I mean? So if you're if you're in the if you're out there watching and the recording or watching live, and you're in the restaurant business, which I think as an employee it's not really all that glorified, you don't really celebrate it that much, but hey, you never know, you could be an ownership level before you know it if you work hard. So that's amazing.
That's
That's I'm glad to hear that. Um, wow. Daryl, anything that you wanna? I mean, Daryl, you probably deal with a lot of restaurants. Anything that you wanna add to that?
Yeah, so Irene, congratulations on that opportunity and definitely having faith in yourself enough to take that leap and only having 2 days to make that decisions or less, right? So it's really cool to hear your story because the longer I've been in the insurance industry working with restaurants, your your track or your path, should I say, is actually pretty common, or not common, but I should say it's not uncommon, but it does happen. And a lot of the restaurants that I've talked to here locally in Bakersfield is the servers will eventually have start another restaurant, own it and manage it, but they have their previous boss or their boss support them in that, and they partner up together. So it's really cool to hear that you have that opportunity. You're taking that risk on yourself and you're betting on yourself. So I just
Yeah.
want to continue to encourage you to keep going.
Yeah, I'm very excited on that note because um doing this for just a couple of months. I've been here for what, for 5 months, and I'm being offered to take care for another one for New York. So that's
Wow.
another step that I want to pursue.
Perfect. Perfect. Well,
That's
that's
great.
also highlights one thing that I could mention too, is that make sure you create good relationships, because if people don't like you, they will not offer you partnerships.
Yes.
Hmm.
or if you're difficult to work with, they will not offer you any more opportunities. So that's another good lesson
For
to keep
sure.
in mind. So Irene, yeah, no, thank you so much. We're I'm I'm excited to have you present here today, so we can ask more questions, but also field some questions from the uh, from the from anyone who might be watching currently. So thank you so much for being here. Just sit tight, really really fast, and we're gonna bring on our next guest. All right. So Carlo, uh, oh man, I'm gonna totally mess this up. How do you pronounce your last name, Carlo?
Bunyi.
Bunyi. I knew it.
Yep.
I knew I was gonna mess it up.
Thought it was
Carlo
great.
Carlo Bunyi.
You
Yep.
Um,
lost your Filipino skills, Ruben. What is
uh, please introduce yourself.
Yes, thank you. Hi. Hello, mabuhay to everyone who's watching. My name is Carlo Bunyi. I am currently working as a music teacher here at South Boston Catholic Academy, but I am also an opera singer, classical singer. I also work as a cantor at several churches in Quincy. Yeah, I've been in Boston for 5 years now, doing the thing. I first came here as a student, and then now living the dream, both as a teacher and a performer.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. So, um, you're part of part of your time is split being doing your own music, and part of it your time is split between working as a teacher. Is that right, or how does that work,
Oh
Carl?
yes, I'm doing both. I'm very active in the performing scene. It's just that teaching pays my bills. but but yeah, I'm an active performer. I have several performances coming up, which I'll talk about later. But yeah, it's funny because I never thought I would be teaching music, because the dream for me was to be performing. But here we are, and it's a surprise that I never thought that I could teach, but yet here we are.
Yeah. I just honestly, I could probably just let you talk for the rest of the show, Carlo. I'm just amazed how deep and like how much like bass your voice has. That's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, if you see my label, it's baritone. That's actually my voice type. So
I know. I mean, honestly, like we, well, this has nothing to do with Filipinos, but like James Earl Jones is probably the most famous baritone. But you
oh
sound.
yeah.
I feel like
Hmm.
I feel like you sound like. I feel like you're channeling him right now, James
Oh,
Earl.
thank you. Yeah, it's funny because I would always hear this at church because people don't see me when I'm singing. I'm singing way up in the balcony, and after the service, they would come see me and they're like, "Wait, were you the one singing?" And they're like, "Yeah, yeah," because I thought that they were picturing me as like a 6 foot Italian man or something, but they get this like 5'5" short person who's like,
Hey, Filipinos, Mr. Pineda from Journey is my inspiration. So
"Oh yeah."
that's it proves that we can do what anyone else can do. So
We should bring him to the show. Is there any way we can get a hold of him?
I'm sure Carlo knows him. It's
So
in
I
his-
wish.
So in terms of music, obviously, like you didn't realize that you wanted to teach, you were gonna teach, but you know, I just kind of like I feel like when I think of music and the music industry, I feel
Mhm.
like it's very much on parallel to what entrepreneurship is, right? Like you're someone who creates this amazing content and you're just sharing it with the world, hoping someone likes it and hoping it's monetized, right? And it's no different than what a lot of entrepreneurs do, right? You
Yeah,
say,
because I constantly have to put myself out there. Like tomorrow, I actually have auditions tomorrow for some for some opera companies that are out there. So
that's that's
yeah,
cool.
all about making myself visible. That's the thing.
Yeah, and the other thing is too is that like I mean I always obviously I'm sure you're persistent, but I mean there's so many stories of musicians that
Hmm.
have been like nobodies for a long time, and all of a sudden now they're like like they've hit mainstream, right? So it's just amazing that like I said, I mean I just feel like there's so many parallels to music and entrepreneurship. So good for you, good for
Thank
you.
you.
Nikki, do you any questions for Carlo that you might want to just in his introduction that you want to
You know
mention?
what? I do agree with you, Ruben. I mean, the monotone, I can't even say that word, but the voice, definitely. You got that deep voice. Maybe you should do like some kind of commercial.
Oh yeah, I
Look
would
how
do
we
that.
do.
I would do that as a joke sometimes. Like be like a radio announcer. Like the time now is 4:58. Like,
You do a great job.
So good.
No, I mean, I love South Boston. I grew up in Massachusetts, and I think Ruben knows South Boston is it's changed over the years, but it's a pretty hip place. So I love that school that you're in. So it's a really nice environment you got there going. So good for you.
Thank
And
you.
kudos to teachers always. You guys have
Yeah.
a tough job. So
Yeah. Hey, so Carlo, you I'm not sure if you answered it, but as far as like you getting into music, like what was the big why behind that?
Oh, that's a good question. Well, I started out as an artist. Like I used to draw a lot, but probably I just knew that I can carry a tune, and then I grew up listening to boy bands and everything, Westlife, NSYNC, Backstreet Boys. Those were my jam growing up, and I really didn't start into classical music until my undergrad. So technically, I was a late bloomer.
Hmm.
But since I've spent a good amount of time singing opera and classical music, that whenever I try to sing pop, oh, it sounds weird because it's every time I sing pop, it sounds operatic. So I try to market myself in the classical music scene more.
Yeah.
would you feel confident showing us like a sample? Would you sing
Oh
for
yeah,
us?
sure.
Go for it.
Yeah,
Oh yes.
let's see, just a quick one. Vana tu sole, più bello in me, o sole mia, stan fronti a te, o sole, Oh, sole mia, sto fronte a te, sto fronte a te.
Dang. Let's go.
All
Thank
right.
you.
We're gonna, once we start doing our Filipinos in karaoke, we're gonna make sure that we bring you.
Oh, would love to.
All right, all right. Well, thank you so much, Carlo. What I'd like to do is really just get into our Ask Us Anything segment of the show. That is going to basically, hopefully, me, Nikki, and Daryl will start with the questioning. But if you're out there in the audience and have any questions, I see you, Antoinette. I see you, Vienna. Carlo, you have a friend that watching. Uh, and please ask any questions that you might have. We're going to essentially get right to this, and Irene and Carlo, just get ready to share your story. Let's get it. Okay. All right. So as I mentioned, if you have any questions that you have for Carlo or Irene, or maybe even Nikki and Daryl, please pop them into the live chat, and we'll be happy to make sure that they get answered. So let's just do this. There's a lot of questions that I think a lot of people would like to ask, but let me just prime the pump by asking Irene, what for you has been the biggest challenge of being an entrepreneur, working for yourself, and really just doing what you're doing now. Please let us know.
Yeah, so for right now, like I said, I'm just new for being an owner, but then the challenges for me is like for financial wise, what should I do to make it more progress on such, some areas that needs to be fixing over here, because when I got here it's a lot of flaws and a lot of fixing to do. And at first they were um they like the judgment type, like because I'm a Filipino, and I'm not really into like the straight English. I'm still on that baroque stage of here, but I try to like not to show them that my like the confidence that I have. I just show them that I am I'm on this place because I was trusted so that I can do this job and lead the people that are this over here. And as the months goes by, I was able to, um, like, for our sales, it went up triple when I did the management over here. And I was showing them that it's not just like one. I tried to like hire people, not just because it should be just like all this nationality over here. Over here in Sumo, I had every nationality. I hired everybody for even help some refugees that were looking for work. I tried to give them that opportunity that you know you could help your family and just work right, the work ethics, how the flow of service. So those were like for me. I know I have accomplished a lot within this just past 5 months, just helping everybody to what I've learned when I started as a server, and then growing it to like everybody work as a team.
Mm, mm. Yeah, no, that's awesome. I think what sticks out for me is the fact that you had mentioned your confidence, right? Like it's almost like you have to have this confidence before you have the confidence, right? Because otherwise, people are going to try to take advantage, and or maybe they just assume that you're not competent,
Yes.
if you don't have that confidence. So thank you so much. That's I mean, I'm just impressed with the amount of what you've been able to do in such a short period of time. I mean, March is only 6 months ago, so that's awesome. And triple the business in
Yeah.
in a restaurant, that's not easy. You know what I mean?
A lot
That's
of advertising.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So that's amazing. No, thank you so much. Carlo, wanna ask the same question to you. Like, what's obviously as a performer and someone who's trying to make it. Like, what's been the biggest obstacle for you?
Yeah, I would say there's a bunch as a performer. One is like getting myself out there. I got to do auditions here and there. Of course, earning as a performer. Um, yeah, sometimes you just gotta have to deal with politics as well. That's the sad thing about it. As a teacher, I want to make sure that I still keep my main instrument, which is my voice, because at my school I'm the only music teacher, and it's sometimes you just have to yell, and you just got to take care of this. But yeah, what else? Also trying to find the balance between teaching and performing, especially when I'm in the midst of learning, let's say a role for an opera that I need to do. A few months ago, I did two roles back to back, and I had to learn all of that in the middle of the school year. So yeah, it would have been like extra tasking for me, and making sure that I wouldn't get sick. Yeah, singers can get sick as well.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, and to be honest, I'm still new to the teaching scene because I have been performing for 15 years now. Still am, but I'm still new to teaching. This is just my third year teaching, and I'm still learning the ropes. I don't have a huge arsenal with me with regards to teaching and classroom management, but I'm trying my best, and I'm thankful for. Actually, I'm gonna give them a shout out to the United Federation of Filipino American Educators, Unified, the Massachusetts chapter. They've been really a supportive group, and they made me feel that I'm not alone. We're all together in this struggle as teachers. So yeah, that makes things a little bit better. But yeah, it's for me. It's more physical than mental. The struggles, because yeah, I would teach Monday to Friday, and then I would have rehearsals during the evening, and then on the weekends I would work my church job, like concerts and everything. So I'm basically working 7 days a week,
Wow.
which I'm not complaining. It's part of the job, but it's
Mhm.
all for the love of music and
Also the
spreading
love.
music.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. You got to have a passion at what you do.
Hmm.
Because if you don't, it gets really tired really fast. Everybody, you know,
Yeah.
that's it's super tough. And I'll even say this. I'll even say this to pump up my buddy Daryl there. Like he lasted longer in the insurance business because quite frankly, I couldn't fake that I even like the insurance business. I mean that's just me. Like, but it is what it is. Hey, it's I tried it. Sometimes you just got to turn the page, when but yeah, kudos to you, Daryl.
I
Um,
appreciate it.
yeah, really quick, we have a question that I wanna put up there for everybody, for everyone. So, question is to Irene and Carlo: how do you ensure that your marketing strategies for your business are effectively implemented, and how do you measure their return on investment? Oh boy. Antoinette is like an MBA type of person, so this is an MBA type of question, but hopefully it's not too complicated. Irene, I'll give you this one since Carlo got the last one. Please let us know. What do you think?
Yes, for the marketing, like I said, since I'm just new over here, for when I got here, nobody knows about sumo. So all they know is that there's a restaurant here beside Hobby Lobby. But when I started doing those like the banners, we even put something on the escalator, a big sky banner in the mall. Um, that helped promote the restaurant. I even go out and then you know do also billboards and stuff for the restaurant, like that would help um other to attract other people knowing about teppanyaki grills, because a lot I believe there's some of the hibachi restaurants also here in Massachusetts, but not all that restaurant would give what sumo can give, the customers. But over here, I try to implement like how the Filipinos are, that you won't be using your phone when you're on the grill. You're here to be with the family, enjoy the meal together, laugh together, enjoy the show. So that attracts all the family to be over here every weekend. If they're just coming here for just once in a month, they'll be coming here every week just to see with the family and sit down and the dine-in. Or
Yeah. No, that's what I actually, I love teppanyaki because, like you said, there's entertainment like kind of baked in as opposed to just ordering food and then being on your phones the rest of the time. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So I love that. I love that, and I love going places with my family where I can experience something or watch something or just share time together. So that's great that you emphasize that because I think
Mhm.
people don't necessarily. Um, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I feel like people don't necessarily go out to eat for that necessarily.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
right now everybody, since we're on the modern era, so everybody's just for like, oh, this is for Instagram, just to show in Facebook. It's just to show off that they're all together. But the main goal here in the restaurant is to make everybody, to build that relationship back again. That we're here to eat together, to create memories together, laugh together.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Carlo, wanted to just give you the opportunity as well. If you want to see the NBA question is um,
Yeah, I was just gonna say I was flustered with the with all the business terms. Definitely not my field. What am I guess for marketing? Yeah, just constantly putting myself out there. Yeah, auditions, recitals, concerts, whatever. I just tend to say yes to every performance opportunity that I get. And as for like outputs and everything, I let my work speak for me. And I guess that and in turn that's probably my return of investment. When people hear about my work, yeah, more opportunities come. Sometimes I get gigs through word of mouth, not even through online or any website or social media. So
yeah, yeah. No, that's great. Yeah, no. One thing I'll say is that I love live music. So
Mhm.
maybe you and Irene get together after the show and you talk about how you can do performances at her steakhouse.
Oh, definitely we can do
I,
that. Oh yeah, we'll have opera night at the steakhouse. So
I want to be there, by the way. Let me know. I will drive to Holyoke.
yeah, no, that's amazing. Yeah, no, that's great. I think you're absolutely right. I think similar to cooking. I think at least for me, like when I do home cooking, it's instant gratification. I'll know right away whether anyone likes it, and it's like that. That's my return on an investment. You know what I mean? So I appreciate that. Um, let's see if we have any more questions. Other than aside from that, Nikki or Daryl, you can ask a question that you might have for both of our guests today. If it's
My biggest question is, again, like, cultural wise, we are Filipinos, so it's very interesting to me how you can sell Japanese food. Like, how are you part of the team that creates these the sushis? I mean, that is out of the world for me. Like, I don't know many people who have the skills to make sushi. So
Yes.
I'm so interested.
oh
Yeah. So with because before I came here in the states, I've worked in Japan before. I've worked in the restaurant industry for since I was 20 years old. And so when I got here in the US, I said, I have so much ideas on special, how to make, and I love cooking. So I try to I like to collaborate with my art of cooking, and then create something like I like with the pizza. So we do have a fresh salmon pizza over here. So we created another specialty in the sushi bar. So like creating stuff with Filipino mindset, but then incorporated with Japanese cuisine is a really good one.
mm. Mm, very nice. Very nice. No, that's great. I think it's, I that's a great question, Nikki. One of the things that I wanted to say to is because obviously there's no direct question for Carlo in that regard, but I mean, Carlo, you had to have to feel the same way because how many opera singers do you know that are Filipino?
Right.
You know what
That's right. Actually, as far as I know, I mean, we're spread out throughout the states, but here in Boston, as far as I know, there's only 3 or 4 of us.
Wow.
Do you guys
Yeah.
meet up at all? Just out of
Sorry.
curiosity, the four of you, do you guys meet up and just kind of talk about your
You know what?
experiences?
That hasn't happened yet, but it should happen. But my friend Lauren and I, we went to grad school together. We actually started a duo. We're called Duo Filipino, and our part of our advocacy is to spread Filipino classical music. So we're probably going to be putting on a show in January, and it's going to be a combination of kundiman, which is Filipino classical music, and opera together. So maybe watch
Nice.
out for that.
Wow.
Yeah, there's Filipino Heritage Month coming up in October, and that can be
Oh
an
yes,
opportunity for the four of you to come together, either do a
yeah.
fundraiser and collaborate with a local organization there, or
Hmm.
a nonprofit. More, and then you get more coverage and marketing opportunities.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, that brings up another thing that I think is smart for a lot of musical artists that you're seeing. Like a lot of musical artists make, they're good at one thing, they're known as one thing, and then they start doing another thing. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like Post Malone. Now he's like big into country. You know what I mean? Like now he's like getting other country artists to do songs with, and now they're getting that promotion. So cross
Hmm.
promotion collaboration is always amazing. So that's
Yeah.
just a thought, just a thought for everyone who's even here.
Yeah.
Um, that's awesome, Daryl. As a co-host, we'd love to give you an opportunity. What are some questions that you might want to ask? Irene and Carla.
Yeah, I was thinking about Irene a little bit more. There's a book I recently finished. It was called Unreasonable Hospitality. I don't know if you heard about it. Pretty much, it's a guy who created one of the top restaurants in New York, and he talked about his journey and how they got their Michelin star rated and everything. Good resource. But again, as I was listening to you speaking, you talked about being present, being creating memories, right? Creating those moments. So it's like people are not necessarily coming. Your product is not necessarily the food and entertainment, but it's your product is that you're providing space to help create those moments, those memories with the families that are there. And because as you were speaking, that was like very that's what I was hearing you communicate without necessarily saying it. So I was curious, like, how are you looking to, um, I guess, multiply that or expand that feeling throughout the restaurant?
Yeah. So with that being said, um, like most of my for especially for my employees, I I am really more on like personal. I do personal touch with all my service. So when training them to like I want them to make it like treat the customers like they are your family. That way, when every time they come over here, they treat special and then they feel loved. So every time they come over here, it's like every we always you can see our Google reviews. Everybody loves to come here in the restaurant because of the hospitality that I've been teaching everybody over here. The amount of love that they give for my customers, and then the service of like even especially with the kids, we wanted the kids to have that experience of like oh, everybody is being in like experience the joy, and then the loving the food. We even have them like perform with the chefs, like teach them how to be cooking, giving it to your mom, doing like hearts and stuff. So yeah, it's big. It's like I said, you are all welcome to come over here and see the shows, and then you will feel how the being Filipino is being incorporated here in the Japanese restaurant.
That's really cool. Something in that same book, Unreasonable Hospitality, said service is black and white, where hospitality is like the rainbow.
Yes.
And so when you're talking about hospitality and the different things that you're doing compared to other restaurants I've been to or heard about, that's really you're doing it different. So you're adding the color to what you do.
Mm,
I appreciate. Yeah.
no, that's great. I love that. Hospitality is the rainbow. Wow.
Yeah, and we are known for always like a happy person. And so over here, everybody's just smiling. And if a customer is kind of coming here with the rudeness or they're not in good mood, we always turn that to be a good mood, good vibes, and yeah.
Mhm.
Wow.
That's great.
Great. Well, thank you so much, Daryl, for that. Really appreciate it. One of the last questions that I want to ask before we run out of time is, you know, what kind of advice would you give to anyone who might be thinking to themselves, "Hey, I want to start something. Hey, I have an idea. I want to do this. I want to do that." What kind of advice would you give to that person who you might be able to inspire right now? Carlo, I'll let you go first on that.
Yeah. Yeah, for someone like me who's into music, who's in the field of music, if you're a performer or a student of music, just keep doing your thing, keep practicing, keep singing, keep playing. Um, Collaborate with your friends, make good relationships with your teachers, and also make I would say build a community. You can find a community within the Filipino community. You can perform for them. So there's that, and yeah, and
Yeah,
oh
no, that's good. No, I
yeah.
we appreciate it, Carlo. How about you, Irene?
Yeah, so for all the people that wanted to like like I said, just keep on believing on yourself. Like build that confidence in you, because I know all of us Filipinos have that, like, in our hearts. We can excel in anything. And for me, for my humble beginning and to where I am at right now, I could say that, if I could do it, you guys can do it too.
Awesome, awesome. Yeah, no, I love that. I love that you left off with that because that's exactly why we're here. Here to inspire others to do and chase their dreams. Go for that freedom. So thank you so much. We're going to move into one last portion to allow you guys to promote yourselves and what you're up to. Carlo, I know you had a lot of events that you wanted to promote, so we're going to give you the opportunity to do that. So um, please let us know what you got coming up.
Oh yeah, awesome. Well, first of all, please follow me on my social media handles in Facebook.com/ Carlo Bunyi Baritone, and on Instagram it's at Basso Baritono, BASSO BARITONO. So I have a few shows coming up. On Sunday, this September 15th, there's this Feast of San Lorenzo Luis, First Filipino Saint at the Sacred Heart Church, 10 o'clock. I will be singing that Mass. September 28th, 3 o'clock. Opera on Tap Boston is presenting a show called Flowers and Opera. We'll be singing there as well. It's going to be in Brookline, Massachusetts. Brookline, Coolidge Corner. October 6th, Filipino American Festival in Harvard Square. Me and my friend Lauren will be coming in as Duo Filipino, performing some kundiman, Filipino classical music. October 12th, the Philippine Nurses Association of New England is having their anniversary and induction of officers. We'll be singing there. And on December 21st, 7:30, and December 22nd, 2 o'clock, Opera 51 in Concord, Massachusetts will be staging a concert version of the opera Don Giovanni by Mozart. And that's what I have so far.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. Daryl has an event to promote as well. So Daryl, would love to hear you.
Wonderful. Yeah. So again, in New York, San Diego, and LA, they have their own event of Restaurant Week where restaurants come together and they have prefix course menus or new items to offer for new patrons to help drum up business. So out here in Bakersfield, California, so anyone here on the West Coast near the Central Valley, I'm one of three co-founders of Dine and Discover Bakersfield Restaurant Week. So it's starting this coming Sunday and it's going on through the next Sunday. So September 15th to September 22nd. Again, you could find more information on Dine Discover Bakersfield on Instagram, or you can just hit me up on my own page, Daryl My Insurance Guy, and I'll be able to help redirect you to the information.
Awesome. 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 Well, thank you so much, Irene, Carlo. Thank you so much for being here, Carlo.
Thank you.
I know the performance was impromptu, but it was amazing. We're gonna definitely have to come back and maybe you can provide our soundtrack for the show every week.
Oh, sure. Well, it happens to me all the time, so I'm used to it. I get impromptu requests all the time.
All right. Well, hey, just remember
But yeah,
that we will ask, Carlo. Thank
of
you so
course, always I do like to be performing for the Filipino community. So
Amazing. Yeah, thank you so much. We're just gonna close out the show, but we'll keep you. We'll put you guys backstage. Please stay until the end so we can just say our thanks at the end. Okay. Thank you so much. All right. Well, guys, this is part of the show where we actually just kind of like take in what we just heard and potentially share what we think you got out of today's show. One of the things that really stuck out for me is something that I think is always important is the persistence and the belief in yourself. I mean, it seemed to me that I mean, I'm not saying that Irene isn't anyone special. I'm just saying that I think she was kind of surprised. She surprised herself with what she was able to do, and the opportunities that she was able to get into. You know, by being by working in Georgia for 9 years. All of a sudden now this new opportunities come up. I mean, she's done phenomenally well in 6 months. So it just really is a reminder as to what persistence can do. How about you guys, Daryl, Nikki? What would you say?
I'm always impressed how we can venture into different avenues of life. Like I said, sushi. It just kind of blows my mind how Filipinos can make sushi. When I think Filipino, I think adobo, like sinigang, something like this. But it's totally, So for her to even sell that product, I'm very impressed. I mean, in the opera singing, I mean, how many Filipinos do you see can sing like that? Yes, the guy from Journey can do it, but I mean, it's remarkable when you always when you encounter these kind of people and they impress you, and it motivates you again to impress somebody else too with what you got to offer with your talents. So it's really nice to see this.
100%. 100%. Daryl, I'll let you have the last word. What do you say,
I
my friend?
appreciate it. Yeah, right now, I mean, like, it's definitely inspiring, like, to what Nikki says. I just felt like my cup just got refilled, and coming from different industries and the different backgrounds. I think this is it hits me even more because they're Filipino, right? I surround myself with business owners already, and that journey is already tough enough. But to see some of my people, I'm like, let's go.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's super cool, and I just want to be a resource and just want to be able to continue. I want to see them succeed, right? You just want to see them win
Heck yeah.
and help
Heck
us
yeah.
represent.
Yeah, yeah, no, absolutely. That's this has only been your first opportunity to be on, Daryl, and you're invited to come on to more. But yeah, no, that's what it's all about. I mean, honestly, like prior to this live, I think you already know. I mean, I've been dealing with live broadcasts and producing content for just business owners in general. But I think, as I mentioned earlier when we were speaking, it's a lot better when you're more personally committed, and you have way more at stake, and you're talking to your own people, right? Because at the end of the day, like, you could say whatever you want to say to the general public, they don't quite understand you as much as someone who shares your culture, shares your traditions, shares your habits. Can get the nuance of like having a fork and spoon in a dining room, and what that even means. A wooden fork and spoon, you know what I mean? Or
Me with a hand, by the way. Not the Filipino way.
or eat with your hands, kamayan, right? But I mean, it's just it's just great, and that's the reason why Filipinos in exists, because I think the slice of just having a conversation with entrepreneurs is too big. There's a lot of podcasts, there's a lot of different types of content you can hear about that, but not that many shows where you can actually engage with other Filipino Americans who kind of know the plight of what you and your family have been through, you know what I mean, to get to where you are. So that's why we're here. That's what Filipinos In is about. I just want to remind everybody that this is Filipino Freedom Friday live. We're going to be back again next week. We don't know I have no clue exactly as to who's going to be on the show, next week. Daryl, would love to feature you as a guest at some point. I
Sure.
think you're, without you knowing it, but you're the bridge for us as Filipinos in to grow outside of Massachusetts, where this, essentially was birthed, to essentially getting into California, getting into Texas, getting into other states, because this message really rings true regardless of where you are, right? I mean, the places and the businesses might change or whatever, the cities might change, but at the end of the day, this common message of just being able to persist, keep going, just like what Irene and Carlo said, it's just keep singing, keep doing what you do, and
Right.
you're gonna make it. So salamat, maraming salamat. I'm going to say thank you, Nikki. Thank you, Daryl, for being here. It wouldn't be a show. It wouldn't be live community networking without you guys. And you guys have certainly made it enjoyable. We're going to sign off. But until next week, please definitely join us next week. We're going to have I'm certainly another batch of entrepreneurs who are helping us host, but also helping us introduce themselves as featured guests. So hopefully you join us next week. I'm Ruben Austria of Lifeline. We got Nikki Loquez of ISA Health Solutions, and Daryl D.
Isa, Ruben, Isa.
All right. Make it a great day, everyone. Take care.
Thank you.
Just, yeah.